ancient Greek storyteller Aesop. Even the littlest things, like take an apple for example, and donating it to World Hunger helps. 15.3 million children don't know when their next meal will be. This is only counting the U.S. The number of children in the world that are hungry, that's a chilling thought. What is it like from their point of view? How can hunger affect their schoolwork, them physically, mentally, and what can we do to make a change? So, we know the feeling of being starving, or so we think we do. Kids go to school every day and get provided the education they need to be successful. But just think, coming to school on an empty stomach day after day? Well, what comes to my mind is, good luck being able to concentrate. You'll be surprised to know that hunger causes problems with memory and concentration. Not being able to carry these functions out are because they don't have the correct amount of energy. Without the correct amount of energy, kids may fall asleep in class. Know it or not, food is fuel to get us through the day. 1 out of 5 children who are hungry visit the nurse daily with headaches, stomach aches, or just feel sick. The way I see it, being hungry during school is a major problem. But what if you couldn't even go to school because hunger has affected you physically or mentally? The brain gets developed at such a young age in childhood. What if it couldn't get developed because it's not getting the correct nutrition? Without the correct nutrition, it can lead to long-term effects on learning abilities. Being deprived of food, you can imagine you have poor overall health. But what you probably didn't know is your motor skills won't be as good, hunger will reduce your social development, and you'll have lower activity levels. The brain, lungs, heart, arms, and legs are part of the human body. Therefore, it requires energy to be able to function properly. But this leads me to think, what can we do to assure that more kids will get food to eat and water to drink? Helping young kids and families is not hard. You can do as little as donating online, or you could do as big as hosting a food bank. Things that aren't always big but very helpful are like joining groups or educating people about world hunger. People tend to want to help more when they're aware of the problem. If you do decide to do a big act, you might find yourself hosting a food bank or starting a fundraiser. Things like these are really helpful and very effective. If you're on the edge and debating whether you should help or not, just think, these kids didn't choose the life they were given. You now know the effects to children who are suffering hunger, not only with their education, but mentally and physically. You also have the knowledge on how to put more food on kids' plates. Being hungry, that's rough. Being hungry and having no one to help, that's even worse. Kids everywhere are having to go through what no one should ever go through. So the big question is, what are you going to do to help?